Roland Barksdale Hall is a genealogist who has spent his adult life researching his slave ancestors. The last of his ancestors to be held as slaves lived in the rebellious state of Georgia during the Civil War.
Arch, my great-great-grandfather, $650. My great-great-grandmother, Harriet Ann Child, $625. Sometimes you know something, but then this was a reality because I could not fathom having a price affixed to myself.
Barksdale Hall's ancestors, along with other slaves in the South, were liberated from bondage after President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. The proclamation did not immediately free all slaves, but it did lead to a constitutional amendment to abolish slavery 2 years later. Its 150th anniversary was marked by a rare public display of the original document at the National Archives in Washington. Reginald Washington is an African-American document specialist at the Archives.
With the stroke of Lincoln's pen, a war to preserve the Union had overnight become a war for human liberation. For the nearly 4 million slaves held in bondage, it was a symbol of hope. It gave confirmation to their beliefs and insistence that the war should be, and was for them, a war to secure their freedom.
Historian Edna Green Medford says the proclamation was important for another reason. It paved the way for immigrants of all races to view the United States as a haven from social and economic bondage. She spoke with VOA at Lincoln's presidential cottage in Washington.
The proclamation allowed this nation to live up to its promise of freedom for all people, not just for African Americans. Once it opened the door to African American freedom, it inspired other people to see this country that way as well. It is what made America come to the realization that it could not talk about all men being created equal, as in the Declaration of Independence, and not live up to it.
Would you like some cereal?
For many African Americans, the proclamation marks an important first step in the much longer road toward racial equality.
I feel good about my ancestors' struggles because I know that they came out of slavery with nothing, but yet they became involved in politics, they became educators, and they purchased land and were business people. And I do feel proud of their achievements.
Rabiee, VOA News, Washington.